Airballs, Tim. New photos of Bigfoot. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm not Bigfoot. I'm Big Ankle. Bigfoot went that way. Morning, morning. I do hope them eggs were them dippy eggs. That sounds good for breakfast. Dippy eggs and toast. What a beautiful morning it is. Nice and dark on out here. No rain. It's supposed to start raining. It's supposed to be a decent day today. Start raining again tomorrow. Boy, do I got a busy one this morning or today. I'd rather cut wood in this afternoon when it warms up a little bit, but I got to go help that friend switch his. We got to replace his caliper, front calipers. So I got to get cutting firewood probably around 9 or 10 o'clock this morning. Cut for a few hours and then get up there and do his brake calipers. And while I'm there, we're going to glean the garden on out of all the green tomatoes. I want to make a bunch of can up a bunch of green tomato salsa. If there's any red tomatoes on in the garden, then I'm probably going to can that up into chili sauce to make chili beans with. And boy, do I got my job cut out. Going to be a long day. But tomorrow's supposed to be raining all day, so that'll be a good day for me to process whatever I glean out of the garden up there. Morning, junkyard. Your eggs are about done. Cool. Your eggs and bacon. Too early for me to even think about eating yet. Oh, and banana nut bread. That'd be good with some coffee. I wish I had some teeth. I'd like to have some, having some zucchini bread. Zucchini nut bread would be good. I mean, banana nut bread is good too, but I don't know. I kind of like that zucchini bread. I was a little bit disappointed in yesterday's solar eclipse. I thought we were supposed to have more of a showing of it here, but it didn't. I was just good. I didn't read anything on it. I just looked at the pictures, and it showed that we were supposed to get a solar eclipse, a total eclipse. All we got was a little clip of it, just enough to brighten it. Well, darkened a wee bit, not much. It was pointless me even airing that on here. I don't know who got the best coverage where they got a total eclipse. Total eclipse of the heart. Make the heart black heart. Black heart. Now you got that damn heart on your laptop. Oh, bomber. Morning, Chairman. Yeah, that sucks. I've been looking for a place to complain about it at. I think it's pointless how hard it is. It's just a thing of annoyance. Looks like a burrito bomb. On the phone, it's too hard to. These icons that they show is little tiny ones. Looks like a little crescent on an outhouse here. The sun did? The sun looked like he had a crescent sun? That would sound about right. Did it get pretty dark? Talk to me, teddy bear. Talk to me. About 80%. Okay, you had a pretty good one. You had a pretty good, what? You know, our cloud cover was too much to even tell how much it was here. I don't know. I don't know what percentage ours was. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Tom. If you can hear me, and if you can hear me, roll over and go back to sleep, Tom. Rest up well. He's still sleeping. Okay. Well, don't wake him. As Kathy would say, let the sleeping dog lie. Oh, wow. No rest for the weary, in other words, huh, Brenda? Already. He'll be on light duty, I presume, though. I would think. You should probably be just being say probably something like not don't lift no lifting over 10 pounds or something of that nature. Did it darken like did it turn like it was like getting dusk around there, junkyard, when you had that full eclipse? I remember back in the I think it was early '80s. No, it was before the '80s. Maybe it was in the late '70s. We had an eclipse here when I was living up in Salem, Oregon, and it got pretty dark out. I mean, it was all almost got down to nightfall again. Morning, Moose. I mean, it got to be like dusk. Make sure you get the full eclipse. Okay, cool. Smoking is so glamorous. You heard him coffee now, Renda. My nose is running like a sieve. Every morning it does this to me. For about an hour, hour and a half. You got the Twilight? Yeah. That's about the same one we had. It was really weird, Junkyard, because I was on my way to work, stopped at a gas station, and got gas. Was just as I started pumping gas, all of a sudden the sky all of a sudden started getting dark, and I hadn't heard anything about the eclipse. It was really weird and eerie because all of a sudden it just in a matter of a few minutes, it didn't take long either because for it to go from light to almost total darkness. It only lasted maybe 15 minutes at the most. And all of a sudden, a little bit later, it started getting light again. Oh, by the way, anybody that wants to know is curious about how ad revenue works now, my last video that I released got about 400 views, maybe a little more. It's made me 27 cents. Being monetized on YouTube for ads is not worth it. Morning, Rick. You had me live and it said I went live. Yeah, it's not even worth it, Tim. Just do what you want to do with the channel and run it as you see fit, and don't even worry about the money. Put it this way: I have only one. What do they call it? Not subscriber, but not the subscriber. What do they call that? Member, a membership or whatever. I only have one member, and and I only charge like 99 cents or $1 per membership. And I only have one member, and that's 25% of my channel income. Okay, Junkyard, enjoy your breakfast. Okay, Renda, just a second here. Let me get this done. This link is strictly for Renda only. The bacon smells great. Now, Moose, I typically don't bring people up on panel. Good morning, Renda.
Good morning. I'm not going to be up here long. I just have a confession.
Okay.
I want everybody to hear it from me. I bought a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. How long have I gone? I bought it last night.
It was about a week, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm very upset with myself.
Yeah.
But I said I wasn't going to lie to you guys. I said I would tell you. And here I am. I'm telling you.
Okay, well, as long as you're not giving up.
I'm not giving up. Okay?
Yeah.
I have the whole pack. I've only smoked one. I know I'm not on camera. I don't know if you can see, Grizz, but there it is.
Yeah, everybody can see it.
There it is. Whole pack of cigarettes.
You know what? Take that pack of cigarettes over to your neighbors and tell them to only give you one upon the threat of murder.
Oh, look. She just dropped the Grizz.
Hey, put that back up there. We want to see more of that.
Oh, she's done. She's kicking her back feet right now. Good timing, BB. Good timing.
Yeah, he's thinking a masterpiece.
What'd you say? Take the cigarettes and what?
And take them to your neighbors and tell them to only give you one on threat of murder.
No, I don't get along with my neighbor. That wouldn't work. I just got to keep him away from Tom because Tom's been doing really good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put him in my car. I'm gonna make it difficult to get them to them.
I do have another suggestion.
What's that?
Light up a joint and smoke it, get really high, and then take your cigarettes out and hide them in the garage somewhere or something. And you'll forget where you hit them at.
Don't smoke. Bad, Linda. I know. But I said I wasn't gonna lie to you guys, so
Yeah.
I could just lie and just not smoke on my streams and stuff, but that's not who I am.
I thought
It's
you
not easy. Quitting. Everybody knows it's not easy.
I thought you were going to come up and confess to being Planet Steve.
Oh no. Hell no. No, Steve is Steve.
Yeah.
Here he's coming back, by the way. Heads up. So that is all. I'm sorry to disappoint you people. I'm gonna keep trying though. I'm not giving up.
I know how hard it is.
It was just a really stressful week, and I got like really upset the other day. Not about Tom, about something else. And I went for a ride and I ended up at the store and I bought cigarettes last night. So it is what it is. It happens. As Grizz is lighting a cigarette up, I heard that.
Yeah.
You should quit with me, Grizz.
You know what? I went pretty good yesterday, but I ended up buying tobacco last night again.
Yep. See, it's hard, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I did good this whole week because I was really distracted. I was working a lot. Well, the last 2 weeks, actually. I was working a lot. And then Tom's procedure. So, being in the hospital like all day didn't bother me.
I've been actually doing quite a bit of different stuff for different people that really disrupts what my life typically is. And that makes it really hard.
Mm. Well, I'm smoking one right now. It's almost gone.
Yeah.
When I'm done, I'll put them away. I'm gonna put them in the car because it's really cold out. So if I need one, I don't want to go out and get one.
Well, when I did dating before, what was it, 2 years ago or whatever, last time I tried it, I was 2 weeks without a cigarette. And then I bought a pack. This was when I had Dave living down at the bottom of my property, and I just left the pack with him. And then when I wanted a cigarette, I'd go down there and get a cigarette from him.
Yeah.
I would go down there and I'd smoke like it started out. I'd only smoke like a quarter or half of the cigarette. The next day it was a little bit more of that cigarette, and then the next day it was a little bit more. Within 2 weeks, I was back to smoking everything else.
Oh, I think my other idea too is to not bring them to work with me. That way I can't, because my coworkers they all smoke. So if I don't have them, I won't go outside to smoke. I just keep myself busy.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to confess. I'll give you back your live stream now. I know you don't like people, so I'll go away.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay. Good one. Go away, Brenda.
I'm going to.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like having people on the panel. It's just I have a hard time hearing. And I usually, if I want to have people on the panel, I usually have my other phone going because the volume on it's a lot louder. Get some Amish tobacco. You'll quit. It's the stuff that they pick up behind the donkeys there, Moose. Guaranteed not to be rabbit shit. Cigars are nasty, period. I've tried smoking a few cigars. I never did like the taste of a cigar. You know what, Rick? I thought it kind of sucked. Seriously, it might have briefly got a little bit darker. I couldn't tell if it was the eclipse that made the sky get get it a little just a shade darker, or if it was just the clouds passing in front of the sun that made it get darker. It kind of sucked yesterday. Tobacco went up on price too. Wow, it's getting crazy. They're not raising our tobacco prices, but they're raising our rolling paper prices. It won't be long, and these buying the rolling papers will cost as much as it does to buy a pack of cigarettes. Buy the papers, will give you the tobacco for free. You like the full moon? I just thought yesterday if it was going to be a full eclipse and if I could catch the darkness and shading into darkness for 10 or 15 minutes with the light coming back, that'd be kind of cool to catch it on camera. But it didn't work out that way. Holy cow! They're $9.54 a pack there now. Holy smoke! I think they're like $7 or $8 a pack here. I'm not sure what they are, but I think they're like $7 or $8 a pack here. And to buy the off brands like the Senecas and stuff like that, I think they're like $5 or $6 a pack. You was watching it with your welding mask? Holy cow! I remember when I used to buy a carton of cigarettes for $20. It won't be long until it's $20 a pack for a smoke in places. Banned menthols. Are menthols really that much worse for you than regular cigarettes? I don't know anything about that part of it. You went with dippy eggs? Dippy eggs with salsa. Yum, and toast, of course. And I prefer rye toast. Huh. I've always heard that they're supposed to be worse for you, the menthols, but I don't know anything about it. All I know is I don't smoke cigarettes for my health. Kind of like, have you ever noticed you go to buy a candy bar like a Hershey's or a Hershey's chocolate candy bar or a Babe Ruth or a Butterfinger, and you look on the back of a candy bar and it gives you all the nutritional value of the candy bar? I'm kind of curious why they would put the nutritional value on the back of a candy bar. Who do you know that eats a candy bar for the nutritional value? No, I didn't see your lasagna. I wasn't on YouTube at all yesterday. Well, I mean, other than I put my live stream on out there that I did of the quote unquote eclipse that I was disappointed with. But outside of that, I didn't get on it. I watched a few YouTube last night, but that was it. Had them seconds on that banana nut bread. That would be good with coffee. You know what? When I'm eating sugar and salt, I don't care how much it is. As long as it tastes good, that's all I'm interested in most. You know, when a person gets that sugar craving, they don't care how much sugar is in there. Okay, I take that back. I might take a look at it, and if one candy bar claimed to have more grams of sugar than the other one, I'd probably go with a candy bar that had more grams of sugar in it. Because I'm not eating that candy bar for my health. As long as they make blood pressure meds, I'm hanging with the bacon. You know, one thing I've never done before is made my own chili sauce, chili paste. You know, to add for chili beans and stuff. And I think I might do that this year. I might make my can up a bunch of chili paste. I gotta make some green salsa. I like making the green tomato salsa for my breakfast tacos. Oh, it was delicious, Rick. Morning, Robert. Yeah, that beef stew that I had last night was or beef soup or whatever. It was it was 100% from the garden. Oh well, no, the beef didn't come from the garden. That was store bought beef. But It was some beef that I'd gotten, and I'd canned it on up. And anyway, I opened up a can of string beans and a can of turnips and a can of corn and a can of carrots and a can of tomato sauce and dumped it all in there. And so it's all canned goods from the garden. Homo made anything is best. Yep. Yeah, if it's so bad for you, why do they sell candy bars in hospitals? Outside loving dogs are weird. Weirdos. What, is Ben in here? I'm not seeing Ben in the StreamYard chat anyway. Ben, if you're here, hello. Good morning. Yeah. No, the corn was from 3 years ago. I still got enough corn to get me through this winter from 3 years ago. And the green beans were from last year's garden. They're a little over a year ago that we canned them. The turnips were from this year, and the tomato sauce was tomato sauce that I had from last year. Oh, the bin was supposed to be right back. Okay, I get it now. No, they smoke at their junkyard. And he wrote in the wrong chat. Leo went live last night. I missed it. Yeah, a second. I got a dog that's demanding her food, and I need to get another cup of coffee too. So give me a minute. Let me get my heat up, Ed. Ouch, my hip. Let me get me some more coffee and get the dog fed. She finally got up out of bed herself. Okay. There you go, Peter. There's your breakfast. And here's my coffee. Okay. What time do you think you go live today, Robert, if you do? Brenda, if you want to go live now, we'll jump over to your live stream. Go ahead and get it started, and we'll get the link dropped on in here. We'll jump over to yours. Morning, Scott. Shut up, Rick. That's not funny. Shoot. If it was during the daytime, Robert, I'll probably miss it because I'm going to be pretty busy throughout the day. Unless you wanted to go live now. But I understand the spontaneous part of it. But if Brenda wants to go live, we'll jump on over to hers. As I really don't have anything to chat. I just get on into chat for a little bit. Well, are you sure, Brenda? Because we can go over to your live stream. We can all jump over to yours. You might have something more of entertaining to chat about, or besides, I'll be ending this probably in another 20, 30 minutes, roughly. Maybe we can get Robert to go live. I should go live so the unwelcome have a place to go. How did they have bombs bursting the back in air way back then? The only thing that gives me comfortable about Israel is God's still in control. I don't know what's going to happen with Israel. It don't matter. He was ahead of his time riding the Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, because those cannonballs do not explode. Now, what they hit might explode. Most likely true. Most likely true there, Scott. That is, if we have enough arms to sell them. Well, I think the real battle is within each and every one of our hearts. That's, I think where the real battle is. I think those battles in Israel and around the world and stuff, I think they're all a distraction. The real battle is the battles of good and evil, and it's not for a territory; it's for the person. Yeah, get it to get rid of their nuclear program. Ignore the hate. What, are you ready to go in, girl? You had your breakfast, you went potty, and now you're ready to go inside. Okay. Good girl. Yeah, she still gets so excited she can't control her bladder at times. Last night, Deanna and Angela were gone with some friends to a little party. And when they came up back, the heat had got so excited, she was up in her chair on her cushion in her chair. And when they got back, she got so excited that she jumped and piddled at the same time right in her chair. And she hasn't been peeing indoors, I mean, she's been pretty good, but when she gets excited, she can't control her bladder still. From love from Jimmy Carter. Mira. What are you getting into? Get out of there. What I want to know is why did we overthrow Iran in the first place when they were a democracy? Does anybody know why we overthrew Iran? I think it was back in the 50s. Or was it in the 60s? I don't remember, but I do know that they were a democracy. And we overthrew that one and put the Shah of Iran in. And then he got overthrown and had to flee to the United States. If they had had mail-in ballots back then, we would have never got the hostages back. I just kind of wonder if Iran would be a lot more stable if we had left them alone in the first place. The United States does not have a very good track record with helping establishing other forms of governments in countries. We should just be focusing in on our own government. Morning, dog. How's Iron Dog this morning? Yeah, I don't think we want democracy because Iran was a democracy and we helped overthrow it and put the Shah of Iran on in there. Feeling better finally. I'm glad you're feeling better, dog. What was it anyway, dog? Was it a flu bug or was it like kidneys or what? Quit shoplifting this morning? Must have gone to Walmart, huh? It was your kidneys? Oh boy. I'd be looking into some stuff there, dog, because I guarantee you there's one thing that you don't want to end up having to do is going on in on dialysis. Was it kidney stones again? Take care, Robert. Share me that $20 then if you take his advice. It was beating in the truck. Now what are you talking about on that? You had a rough ride? He beat you in a truck? Oh Lord. Checks in the mail. Lumber wagons. When did you never drove a lumber wagon? You drove a garbage truck. Okay, and I think you did say that you drove some heavy equipment too. Just go put coffee filters in them. I am surprised at the weight limits that you guys could run back there. Usually, I know up in Alaska, at least wintertime, man, they didn't allow no heavy load. You know, I mean, they really kept the weight limits down in that cold country. New summer months, they ran some really heavy loads. But come wintertime, man, they would really cut it back. How do you make scrambled eggs and hash browns and sausage with a steamer? Just do your best. Get another vintage Westinghouse electric toaster for $6 at the auction. I know junkyard up here. We got some roads that if I took a pregnant woman for a ride in my Ford truck on some of these rough roads, I guarantee it. 9 months later, she'd give birth to a baby girl because these roads here in my Ford truck will be enough to rattle the nuts off of anything. $156,000. Wow, that's a lot. You know, because here it's 80,000. California is 76, I believe, and I think Oregon might be 72. Oregon's 80,000. We can go 82 with the 2,000 overload permit. It's pretty cheap to get, and it's special, real special permits go anything over that. I don't know. I don't know what if they have a maximum weight limit on the overload permit. Good morning, Jerry. Holy smoking cow. 250,000 pounds almost. What was you hauling, dog? And you didn't go down the freeway doing 80 miles an hour with a load like that, did you? Load was 100 tons automobile fluff. Not sure what that is, dog. Yeah, a concrete can only understand. Oh, yeah, an asphalt holds less. Shredded the insides of the cars. Why did they have to haul shredded cars of that weight? 11 axles instead of double dump. Was that her lasagna video there, Tim? I'll be checking that out when I get off of here. See, the axle weight limit is only 20,000 pounds. So you use only uh, with the front axle on there, you're only allowed 210,000. You were overloaded. Holy smokes! I believe that, Junkyard. I had 12,500 pounds on a half-ton Dodge pickup one time. And that was just a half ton. Well, why did they need to haul 250,000 pounds of shredded car parts? That don't make sense there, dog. I can see if it's a big whole heavy piece of machinery that you got to move as one piece, but shredded car parts? That seems kind of crazy to haul a 260,000 pound load. I mean, that almost seems criminal. Just for landfill cover, but yeah, it seems crazy. I mean, seriously, Tim, junkyard, Iron Dog, that does seem kind of criminal for something there's no reason not to carry a legal load limit, if you know what I mean. He said, you ain't moving. Yeah, I ain't driving across then. I drove far enough for this load. If you unload me now. He said, you're lucky to be here. I said, I know. Well, I don't know where you're at, Iron Dog, but I know around here legal does still pay the bills. You just don't get wealthy off of it. Which that turns to greed if it's beyond at that point of the game. They burnt the way stations going out of state back in the 80s. You know what, Junkyard up in Idaho several years ago, there was a way station that I believe this was in Idaho. It's been a long time ago since I heard the story. It was in one of the trucker magazines that told the story about it. But this guy, he was a long haul truck driver. He'd been a truck driver all of his years, and his son became a weighmaster. And his son hated truck drivers, and he would write every ticket to any truck driver he could. Anyway, the dad ended up with his son being in the weigh station, ended up running with the truck. He got an overload ticket. His son wrote him an overload ticket, so he drove his truck through the weigh station. The kid did get out, and survived and stuff, but he completely with his truck. He drove over he was trying to run over his own son. The maximum gross takeoff weight of a C-17 is only 250,000 pounds. Lightweight. Well, Iron Dog, is because of people like you is the reason why we have to have so much law enforcement. You're the cause of all the law enforcement that we have to have. Yeah, criminal. You're just, so Iron Dog is confessing that he is a criminal that just didn't get caught. That's the difference between him and any meth head on out there. The meth heads just got caught. You haul him in a horse-drawn buggy. Yeah, Tim's got y'all beat with these trucking stories. I know Dad, when he was driving a truck down and just south of Reading there, the way station down by Chico, they had a way station on in there. I know he cheated the scales there. We're not talking about the amounts of what Dog was talking about, but California was 76,000 pounds and Oregon is 80, and a lot of times he's hauling loads from Oregon down into California. So of course actually he had the overload permit, so he'd go 82,000. And going into California, well, there was no way to bypass the weigh station, but he knew of a off spot where he could pull off and get his shut eye before crossing the weigh station going into Reading or into California. You get some shut eye, and then at a certain time they were always closed. They'd always close down at like midnight. So he'd take his off time Then he'd get up at midnight and he'd drive through those scales. The scales were always open, but at 10 o'clock or midnight or something like that, they'd send the weighmasters on home. So you just drove in the scales and they'd show you weight and everything, but there was nobody there to monitor it at those hours. So he'd get through that scale, no problem, weighing 82,000, whereas California is 76,000. Then he'd go down to Chico, and that weigh station there, they didn't have a curb on the side of the weigh station. So on the driver's side, he would just creep his wheels, just barely get a little bit of the wheels just enough off the scales where it'd make him show a legal weight limit. And he got away with that for years. But finally, the weighmasters caught on to what people were doing there. And they ended up putting a curb in there, and Dad got a healthy ticket then finally. Because he didn't know they. One time we went on through there, and he didn't know they put that curb in there, and he couldn't creep off the scales in no more. He used to haul ass. They still do the portable scales here, Junkyard. They have several spots that are marked weight scales, but they're just a pull off the side of the roads in several different locations that they pull over the log trucks and pull in these spots for weighing them. But there's no building, no structure there. They just have portable scale. The state police is there, and they weigh every truck that comes through there. But those are on the back roads, for the logging trucks coming out of the woods. Most of them, they're not on the main highways or anything. Those are on the back roads where they're doing heavy logging and stuff, and they're looking for those log trucks that are trying to go over the weight limits. It's pretty cool. These log trucks. Most of the log trucks now anymore, they have built-in scales per axle, and per tire too. So when they're loading them, it's really easy to distribute the weight properly. I've seen some of those. There's some videos on YouTube of the main loggers and stuff like that. Yeah, those guys are hauling some humongous loads, but where they're hauling them on at, those are on those their gravel roads and stuff that they're maintaining or whatever. Man, some of those gigantic loads of logs that they're hauling on out, it's like, man, it looks scary. Because it's all flatland in Maine. They don't have the steep hills like what we got here. The president went down and built a new way station building. Making a batch of my applesauce. Cool. What's the difference between the one across the road, Junkyard? Old woman had a '63 Impala when she got in, sat down, the car leaned. I've known people like that. My ex-wife had an aunt. She weighed 500 pounds, and she had a Chevy Impala. And yes, it would lean when she would get in it. Aunt Pearl, she was a really cool lady. She had here's her a little bit of her odd story. Twice she had her stomach stapled 2 different times, and both times she got down to like 130 pounds. Both times that she had her stomach stapled, and both times she started overeating again and went up to 500 both times. I don't think they staple the stomach anymore until you can prove that you can lose the weight or something. They were a lot more lenient about stapling the stomach when they first started doing that type of procedure. Your kitten is a terrorist. Yes, get it and make a mini purse for your granddaughter. It's about the right size to make a child's purse out of right now. Yeah, wait till the Christmas tree goes up. She'll shred that tree. Hey Tim, you remember the little tiny when Honda first came to the United States? I don't know if it was a Honda Civic or what it was. It was a little tiny 2-seater car that they had. Little tiny cars. And when they first got here, this was probably, I'm thinking, around '74, I think it was, when they came on out. Um, Dad was building a bunch of condos on the Polo Hills down in Carpinteria, and the framing contractor, I can't think of his name offhand right now, but that framing contractor that was out there, he was a big guy. He was like 6'8", 300 and some odd pounds. He's a big, and he was a muscular guy. He was just a huge guy. Um, Looked like he could been a linebacker for the Oakland A's or something. Anyway, I remember one time he usually came driving out in his big old Ford 4-wheel drive pickup. But one time he come driving out on the job site in one of those little tiny 2-seater Hondas when they first came on out in the States. He kept driving up in that. It was the most hilarious thing seeing this gigantic 300-pound guy climbing out of that little Honda, 6'8". It was hilarious watching him get out. Yeah, they had 12-inch tires. They were little tiny things. It's like sardines in a can. Yep. Wrap the tummy with duct tape, make you feel full. Yeah. They look like little roller skates. Those little MG midgets. I've known a few people that had those. They were a pain to work on, from what I heard. I never worked on one. Pain to work on, expensive, and always had problems. He hunted a 12-inch tire to go on it. Yeah, no one could fit in the back. Yep. Just a second, I'll be right back. I got to get me another cup of coffee. Ah, no. Got some great white northerns cooking on the stove right now for dinner tonight. Those are smelling good. Soaked them last night, cooking them today. Did he ever find a tire for it? Well, I suppose if somebody wants to wear a mask around me, it doesn't bother me none. As long as they don't make me wear a mask. Here's my take on things. If that mask will prevent you from you getting COVID, then by all means wear it. And if you're wearing that mask, whether I have COVID or not, you're protected. So it shouldn't matter if I wear a mask or not. Oh, is that who you was talking about on Police Academy? That guy had a car, had all those cars. He was looking for a tire. I remember that guy on Police Academy having that car. I don't remember which police academy that was, though. There was several police academies. Yeah, they're hardcore supporters. I do believe that masks do help. I don't know about scientifically. I can't speak scientifically, but I do know that we were always taught. I know you guys were always taught that when you cough or sneeze, cover your mouth. Use your sleeve or whatever to cough into to help prevent the spread of germs. So it only makes sense that a mask would help prevent the spread of germs. Now, if this isn't true, if the mask doesn't help prevent the spread of germs, then what our parents taught us about coughing, covering our mouth and coughing in our sleeves or a tissue or something, then that's all a lie. So we just need to never. I mean, don't go ahead when you're out in public and don't cover your mouth and when you cough or sneeze. I mean, it doesn't spread. There's got to be something to the fact that it does help. But there again, I believe it comes right down to a personal choice. Always rip out the front seat and sit in the back. Oh, that's to keep the brown off the nose. Okay. Yeah, but they're full of your own germs, so you already have those germs, so that part doesn't matter, Tim. I want them germs gone. I like to share. Yep, I'm with you. I'm not selfish. I'm willing to share my germs. Don't be selfish. Spread what you got. I'm on my fourth cup right now, Moose. It's amazing. Those little tiny Honda cars, I think they only got like 30 miles a gallon. You would have thought that they would have got a lot better gas mileage. If I don't drink my coffee first thing in the morning, I end up needing naps. I end up needing to take a 3 or 4 hour nap during the daytime. I do kind of regret ever taking up the drinking of coffee. I wish I had never gotten into drinking caffeine and becoming dependent on it. Two of my brothers, they never drink coffee, never have drank coffee. And they got energy to go all day long. Not the super energy necessarily, but they don't need to lay down and take naps. It stimulates you a little bit, but man, you get a dependent. You got to be dependent on it. I have a feeling Tim likes hot cider. Well, that too. Hard cider too. Early Datsun B210. Yep. I used to have a B210 hatchback. I picked it up for like $100 up in Alaska. Can't remember what year mine was. I think it was an early '70s model, maybe mid '70s. I ended up having to rebuild the motor on it, and it was actually impressive. When you go to rebuild, an American motor like the Chevys or the Fords and stuff, after 100,000 miles, you always had that lip on the top where the rings, to create that lip on the very top. At 100,000 miles and stuff, you'd have to have hone it down out and everything. And when I rebuilt that Datsun, it had a little over 100,000 miles when I had to rebuild it, but there was no lip on it. So I was impressed with that. Yeah, they weren't very heavy. In my Datsun B210, that was my winter car. I had my snow tires on it were they were bald, completely bald. I figured that the more rubber I had in contact with the ice, the better grip I would have. No, it was a fun car. It had bald tires, and it was a fun car to drive out there in the ice and snow. Man, I could slide that sucker anywhere. Wouldn't go up hills very well though. The bald tires are a standard in Pennsylvania. Ned rings at Dental Lake, yeah. I just heard a red-tailed hawk, but I don't see it. Anyway, guys, I think I want to get off here and start my day. We'll catch y'all later. Thanks for showing up, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.